And then I think the key for me is now that we've started to get players back. Now we've got an injury again, but that happens. But now we've started to get players back. Whereas previous games, it would be like Arsenal's a really good example. Brighton's a really good example as well, where City looked good, and then it gets to about the 60th minute, City were dropping off, and other teams were bringing on players, and they were getting better, right? And it was because we had so many players injured or just returning from injury, right? So, whereas now we're bringing players off the bench and we're starting to look better because Turkey's starting to hit the pitch. And there's this thing at the moment that everyone is saying, look, if City, if Haaland gets injured, City are fucked, right? And I understand.
Yeah, but it's like, bro, Mamouche can go up front and, you know what I mean? You can continue to score goals.
Bro, so last season, Haaland, between March and April, Haaland got injured. He missed 6 games. We won 5, drew 1, scored 14 goals with Marmoush up top, right? So it's like, and this is a prime example of what Igal will do, right? That he'll go, yeah, guys, can Haaland really keep this up? What if Haaland gets injured? So I'll tell him the stats and then he'll just fucking ignore them. And it's like, bro, just because it's Arsenal, you can't like... Marmoush is a very capable forward, right?
Yeah.
And to be able to bring him on...
And he's ruthless as well in front of goal. If he gets these chances, bro, he knows how to tuck them.
And he lets it off. Bro. Yeah. He lets it off. But I think the other thing with having all of these players, even Kovacic back, and is now that, like we saw Tuesday night, Haaland got subbed off in about the 65th minute and Marmoush came on. That's good because now we're starting to be able to give Haaland a bit of rest. So he's less likely to get these injuries that everyone seems to be. I know everyone will say, oh, no, we're not wishing injuries on him, but you kind of are.
They are, because they keep talking about like it's a possibility. Like any player at any club can't get injuries. You know?
Yeah. Bro, do you think, like, even though we had warning signs on the Rodri thing, do you think I ever thought that Rodri was going to get an ACL that day? Yeah. Like, you don't. So Arsenal fans, you kind of be careful what you talk about because, yeah, bro, if it happens to you. And this other narrative as well. Oh, if City lose Haaland, they're fucked. Yeah, but do you know what? There's probably if Arsenal lose Gabriel, all of a sudden Arsenal defensively and Arsenal going forward. Remember them corners and free kicks, people.
Yeah.
If Arsenal lose Gabriel, then Arsenal will be fucked.
And that's a big loss for them, just because Gabriel's of his goal percentage, his goal, his goal contributions, and also just his presence in general. That's a big miss for them defensively, for sure.
Bro, do you know what? I'll be honest with Gabriel. I think Gabriel's getting to the point now where he is in conversations for me personally for one of the best centre backs in the world at the moment. And it isn't just...
I've been saying that in Europe anyway, like in the league, at least, I think he's there. In terms of left-footed ones, I think he's one of the best in the league, man. I've said it for a while. I think he's better than Saliba, bro.
I've been saying that for probably 2 seasons now, the Saliba thing. Like, Saliba for me is not like... Right, I understand why you would call Saliba a Rolls Royce of a defender, and Gabriel. I'd never call Gabriel a Rolls Royce of a defender because I think he's more of a fucking muscle car than a Rolls Royce, right? And some people, like, for me, it's not just how good he is defensively, and I personally do think he's the organizer of that defense, 100%, right? But it's the mentality of him. I think Gabriel's got a fucking...
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's like an old school centre-back. He's tough. You know what I mean? He's brave. Bro, he's physical. He's quick. Do you know what I'm saying?
You know when you know your centre-backs that are leaders, is when, and he is the best at it, is when there is a free kick or corner, they have the desire to outjump everyone.
Yeah. Right?
And I've seen it year over year, centre-backs that just tower. Van Dijk did it. Company did it. I don't know with you, like, did Rio I don't know if Rio did so much. Maybe Terry did it. But Gabriel going forward, and you have to look at his all-round game. Defensively, he's an old-school defender, but he's getting you shitloads of goals as well.
Yeah, bro, and that's what Sergio Ramos used to do for Real Madrid. He used to score loads of
Ramos,
goals, man.
Yeah, someone else just said Ramos.
Ramos used to get on the end of headers. John Terry used to get his fair share of headed goals for Chelsea as well.
Exactly.
John Terry was a bro from set pieces. John Terry for Chelsea was mustard, mate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's this thing in centre backs that centre backs are taller. And do you know what, bro? Sometimes it's in the game. Use what you've got. If you're tall, you better be good at heading, right?
Yeah.
And with Donnarumma, for me,
brother, this is what I was gonna say. What are you not making of him? Because I think that he's completely changed your fortunes this season.
Yeah, bro. He literally that Brighton game. Rodri was on the pitch after the Brighton game, kind of saying things need to change on and off the pitch here. We're not in a good place. Donnarumma gets signed. I do think that players like Rodri and Haaland have a bit of a say in what players are being brought in at City, you know. And maybe not so much a say, but I think they've probably had a bit of I feel like they've had a bit of a moan at Viana and kind of said, look, the mentality needs picking up here.
Yeah, we need some real quality, man.
Yeah, we need someone that comes in and has that aura. And that is what Donnarumma's got. We're just a different team with him, bro. He walked in the door and this aura off of him is just put the defence at peace. And this is a thing that it started off with against Arsenal, where I'm saying, right, we had Donnarumma, we had Rodri, and but we needed Kuzanov at right back. We needed Vardy back in the team, Diaz and O'Reilly. My best defence. Kept a clean sheet against you, drew with Arsenal, but it was like, right, we need Vardy in the team. Vardy's very important. Now all of a sudden, I'm looking at the City team, and we're playing Núñez at right back again. He's looking good. We're playing Diaz, and the other day Diaz and Ake. It wasn't even Diaz and Vardy. So again, Vardy's being given a rest, and again, Diaz is looking back to what he used to. And we're all of a sudden, I feel like City have built back some of their confidence, but I do think a lot of it is coming from the big man at the back.
I agree.
When he's called on, bro, he just steps up. The guys just... Did you see what he did with Pepe, by the way, yesterday? Bro,
no.
Pepe was getting in his way, right? And a ball had been played that was literally going to go in the goal like a cross. And Pepe was... Bro... He literally picked up Pepe and moved him and then fucking pushed the ball away.
But this is what I'm saying. He commands that area, bro. And that's what he's doing against Arsenal. When they had their set pieces, he was swatting everything away, bro. And
do you know what,
bro? His box presence is second to none.
Yeah, facts. Bro, but you know what? The thing is, when you deep it, if you're a goalkeeper, and most goalkeepers are 6'3" and above, yeah? And a human body, the taller you are, the longer your arms are.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So if you're 6'3", and the key to the game of football is the goalkeeper is the only one that can put his hand up in the air and touch the ball. There is no way that anyone really and truly at a corner should be able to get the ball over the goalkeeper.
As the goalkeeper, if you judge the flight of the ball, you should get your hands on it every single time, bro.
Because you can jump just like players can jump. Sure, you're not going to have a run up like them, but
you can. But this is why they try and block goalkeepers off. But bro, if you're a goalkeeper and someone's blocking you off, you have to use your physicality, to move them out of the way. If I was a goalkeeper or I was training goalkeepers, I would be training them to be strong enough to be barging people and moving people out of the way and to navigate through crowded penalty areas, because you need that strength.
And the navigation, bro, you know what? Spot on with that. And that's what I'm seeing with him. If he comes through, he is getting the ball, right? If in a corner, he's getting the ball. And I think was it Brentford when we were 2-0 up, second half, first 5 minutes of the second half. He hasn't had to do fuck all in the first half. They've gone through 1-on-1. He comes out, makes himself big, makes that save. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say fucking save of the season, but the importance of saves like that, the start of the second half. If would let Brentford back in the first 5 minutes of the second half, who knows how it would have ended. But them little moments where he's stepping in and he's making a world of difference, bro. And listen, I was the biggest Ederson fan, and for years was saying, look, to play in this City team, you must be able to play out from the back.
Yeah, but Donnarumma is showing you what a fucking
facts.
What a proper goalkeeper looks like. And also, one thing I saw that I liked with Donnarumma in your last game is he received a back pass. You know what I mean? And he took a touch and he was under pressure and he just kicked it out for a corner.
Yeah.
And I was just like, quality. You know what I mean? If that's Onana, he's going to try and do a Cruyff turn or something, or try and go past the player. He didn't even fuck around. He just kicked it straight behind the goal. And he was just like, fuck it.
And just walked off to the goal.
Yeah.
And bro, this is the thing though. There was an interview with him, and he said when he joined City, and he said, as goalkeepers, we have many different jobs. One of them can be playing out from the back. He said, my job, most importantly though, is to sense danger and to deal with it as I feel fit. And he said, and so I've got no issues with going long if I sense danger. And that's all you want, bro. That is all you fucking want. And I do think as well, I don't know if because of the way that Donnarumma kicks out and that he will go long, that we've been trying things in training. But I've noticed that when he does kick out or when he does go long, he kind of plays it slightly diagonal so that City's fullback can kind of run in and get the jump and always win that ball. And I don't know, it's something that I think they're probably intentionally gone, listen, with Donnarumma, we're going to have you guys winning headers more, yeah?
Right.
But now what that's meant is we're starting to win second balls again, because one of the issues we had last season was the second ball thing. And you'll know that because you lot against Liverpool, that was very important in that game, how much you were winning second balls. You were letting them have it, but you were just going, yeah, but we're going to take it back off you. And yeah, man, you lot surprised me. I can't lie. You really, I thought you potentially were going to get, run over by him, but
bro, they just weren't very good, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of them ones. They weren't very good, man. And under pressure, these men just seem to be folding at the moment. So
another thing that's good for you. Another thing that's good for you as well is. At 1-0 up, Liverpool go and get the equaliser quite late on. It would be quite easy for this Manchester United group of players to fold at that point.
Yeah, and we didn't capitulate, bro, which was really good. Do you know what I'm saying? But you know what it is, I think Liverpool, it's like, the only reason why I say that it kind of makes sense to me is that the momentum of the game never really changed because they were always on top and we were always playing on the counter. So even when they scored, they were still on top, and we were still playing on the counter. It didn't really change. It's not like we was on top and then we scored or they equalized against the run of play. The run of play was always with them. You know what I'm saying? We was always looking more dangerous on the break. So even when they did score, we always felt like we could go down the other end and get something. Because that was just the style of the game it was.
That's where I think we are with Liverpool at the moment. Like that is the fact
they can be got at.
Yeah, and the fact that this Man United group of players, that have been probably unfairly, I think, the laughing stock this season. Because actually, if you look at you haven't been as bad as last season.
You haven't been as bad as last season, but I do agree with the fact that people are carrying over the banter from last season because it's the same manager.
Yeah, of course, right. So, and bro, the thing is that like one of my biggest issues going into this season, and where I said I was going to have to make have awkward conversations about Pep potentially, is if he carried over from this season, last season.
Yeah,
right. And if you do, and the thing is, the main thing with me was the stubbornness. If Pep carries on with the stubbornness this season, then boy, it could be awkward conversations because we need to see managers that can change, and I haven't seen that. So I do understand why people are still speaking on it, and you know what, that result was a great result, but we've seen Man United and this Man United have
do that before. 100%. It won't mean shit, blood, unless we go and beat Brighton at home, yeah?
Facts.
If we even draw, I'm fuming. Like, it has to be a win.
This is the thing. A good performance against a big team is great, right? But if you can't follow that on with another win against an average team, then it's literally back to the drawing board, one step forward, 2 steps back. So this game, in a weird way, is more important than the Liverpool game, because if you win this game, then all of a sudden it's like, right.
I agree. If we lose this game, like, bro, the Liverpool game means nothing, bro, because 3 points are 3 points. As much as the bragging rights and all that shit's amazing, it was a good day out. Do you know what I mean? In the words of Big Steve, bro, it was a good day out. Like, do you know what I mean? But that's all it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we lose to Brighton, this Anfield win was just a good day out, and then we're back to the ghetto, bro. Like, this is what it is.